Welcome back to the show, everybody. Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show. You can follow us on, let me get this right because I'm on my remote system here. You can follow us on Twitter, YouTube, and digperspectives.com. Where is my cursor? I've lost my cursor now. Here it is. Yeah, and digperspectives.com. Forgive me. You know how this is when you travel. It's not quite like when you're home. But we're super excited because we've got so much going on. You're going to love it. $2.34 trillion market cap for crypto. The market is up 3.7%. We love hearing that, and you're going to love the news we have for you today. However, 59,200 plus at the moment for Bitcoin, 2,900 plus for Ethereum, and 110.5 billion market cap plus for Tether, and 52 cents for XRP. We're up 5% in the 24 hours, and there is a chart you need to see that I think explains why that is something we're going to want to pay attention to, even though it's only 5%. It may be very meaningful for the next few weeks. We'll keep an eye on it, and you will hear today why. So let's look at the range of price between 50 and 53 cents. We love it. I hope XRP decides to go for a jog today or just a flat-out run, right? Nevertheless, let me show you this. What a amazing special evening this was last night. We had a private dinner to celebrate some of the people from our private groups and our community in the XRP community, and in combination with Digital Asset Investor and myself and Mrs. Backup and the amazing guests that we had at dinner. Whoa, I'm telling you, everyone, you know what's so amazing? You guys get to hear my voice every day that you listen, but I don't get to hear yours. And I loved being able to sit at that table last night and go around one by one and hear everybody's story about their life and about how they found Ripple and XRP. And what an amazing, epic, and special evening it was. I want to thank each and every one of them for coming and joining us. And what a special treat. Just a special, special treat. You guys know you can still get XRP Las Vegas tickets. The countdown is on. You can get them right up to the day of walking into the conference. But I don't know for how long or how many we can actually allow to do that. So if you're looking to come, I can tell you there are going to be so many special people from the space and the community here that you are going to meet face to face. And there is nothing, I'm telling you, there's nothing like it. There really is nothing like that connection, that human connection face to face. And I hope that you guys decide to get a ticket and join us. We are so excited to unveil what we have in store for you. And here we see the crypto space still struggling with the regulatory clarity as consensus to SEC, Gary Gensler, stay in your lane. Consensus suing the SEC, as we reported a few days ago, over Ethereum classification as a security, citing innovation stifling. Ethereum's proof-of-stake transition promote decentralization, counters SEC centralization claims. We all know that there's disguised whales in the ICO. Listen, I have said that this is going to get like an ugly divorce. Who gets the kids, right? This is going to get ugly because there are some bodies buried. And if you don't believe that, go to Crypto Law US and go look at the chronological timeline and the evidence of what went on there. And I do mean evidence. So this is about to be very, very interesting here. And hell have no wrath like a woman scorned, and hell have no wrath like a Joseph Luben, who is sitting here. And for over an hour, says Tipsy Tiger here, they talked about regulations, the SEC court cases against crypto projects and exchanges, and not once did either one of them mention the SEC versus Ripple XRP. You know, the way that Joseph Luben brought it up when he knew he had a free pass coming to him back in 2018, and he brought it up. What'd they say about Ripple and XRP? Remember that? Well, if you don't, that's the way he did it. And you know what? This dirty dude got himself hung up. And what's interesting about this and what's satisfying about this is the fact that he's got himself hung up because of his own arrogant mouth. Joseph Luben, if he kept his mouth shut, Digital Asset Investor would have never been able to crack open and tie together what has really been uncovered as ETHgate. Now, with that being said, I have to say, I don't like seeing this any more than anyone else does. That's why I've always encouraged the SEC to put up a one-page bullet point for everyone in this space to follow so they can be in compliance. They could easily introduce Hester Peirce's safe harbor and we're off to the races. And they could easily have Congress monitor the safe harbor so they could understand how to legislate at the 3-year window mark. This is not the path that they've chosen. They have chosen to allow the court system to define these legal precedents, and then Congress will write legislation based on those legal precedents and rulings. That, to me, is a longer path. That, to me, is a scarier path. But that is the path that we're on. And here, you can see Roger Ver is the latest target of the U.S. government, referred to for years as Bitcoin Jesus. Roger Ver has been arrested and indicted in Spain. And what I say is so interesting about this moment, and I have met Roger, and Roger's a very nice man, and super passionate about this space, and certainly the convictions he has about life and governments. But nonetheless, he is hung up here, and I hate that for him. But, at the end of the day, here's the macro we need to see here. So while BlackRock and Fidelity are buying up all the Bitcoin for their ETFs and their rich clients, the U.S. government is arresting the early adopters of Bitcoin. Oh, okay then. There is something very off about all of this. And seeing this, and I understand they're saying that he underreported taxes and this is about tax evasion, right? And that may be, but there is still something very off about all of this. So again, head on a swivel, ladies and gentlemen. This space is not out into the clear yet. However, we are starting to see some things, and this is a pretty interesting thing to take note of as well. XRP-262. I had not heard anything about XRP-262. I don't know about it. I don't know anything about it other than this video. It's the first time I heard something about it. I'm showing this so maybe somebody out here hearing my voice can help us understand more clearly exactly what we're looking at. So I'm going to let this play and we'll all hear what XRP-262 is.
Back again with another one. XRP-262 Part 2. Conditions. 900 billion. This supply reflects the approximate number of XRP as of true genesis. The hyphen will be included in the ticker XRP-262. When XRP-262 is portioned with IE private ledger. CPEX. No one will be able to shut down XRP-262. It was compromised of since before XRP Genesis. As a solution, linked token are as follows on the XRPL. So it gives two different hyperlinks, right? That one, and then there's another one. The majority of XRP-262 will not be traded on regular exchanges because it is inherent to the XR3 ecosystem. A total of 3.6% XRP-262 is reserved for XRPL services. Sologenic DEX. This is getting interesting. Disclaimer. Oh, wait, where was I at? Oh, yeah. Disclaimer. Tokens issued on Lobster will not be distributed among the IE7 private ledgers. If classified user entries do not provide appropriate government clearance or registered surety, trading licenses to assure liquidity for bonds of dividend contracts. So you know I had to go see where those hyperlinks went, right? I had to. All right, so I tried the first one. $404 on Sologenic DEX, right? Oh, but look at this one right here. Let's try number 2. Maybe I got the first one wrong. But this one worked. Look at that. Do not ever take my word for it, man. Try this shit yourself.
And why is it $60? I don't know anything about this, but the good news is that Sologenic is going to be at XRP Las Vegas. So you can bet your sweet ass I'll be talking to Fabio about this. So Fabio, if you're listening, let's talk about XRP-262. And anybody out here that may understand it, certainly on a better level than I do, because this is my first time ever hearing about it, let's try to find out exactly what this is and what the 900 billion supply is. Is it mean anything? Is it significant? Should we be paying attention to it? Do we not need to pay attention to it? That is the question. So appreciate, I think it's DeFi King 4. You can give him a follow. This is from TikTok that someone sent me, and shout out to the person who sent me that. So I don't know what that is. I'm excited to talk to Sologenic about it because I want to find out, well, what's the deal with this price then? You know, like I said, I don't know what's going on here, but we're going to get to the bottom of it as quickly as we can. What I do know is around the world, 40 countries are ready to join BRICS in 2024. And at the same time, the IMF state that growth is too slow in Asia, and SDR converted to an ESDR could assist Southeast Asia in growing faster. And we all know about cross-border payments and the SDR and the IMF, right? This gets a much more interesting conversation understanding how big that BRICS coalition is getting, and also understanding that they have their own payment system, and all of them want to avoid SWIFT, and because of the SWIFT sanctions via proxy the U.S. government. Meanwhile, USD Tether, which has been targeted recently by U.S. Congress and senators claiming illicit activity, and years before that, it has had a real history of not having proper reserves. Now, we know that Ripple has announced, Monica Long has said that when they had to change their ODL for U.S. customers from XRP, they chose USD Tether. Well, isn't that interesting? Why didn't they choose USDC? Knowing that it's more regulatory compliant, more transparent than USD Tether has ever been, right? So it's quite interesting that Tether was chosen by Monica Long and Ripple to divert their U.S. customers during this time in the last leg of this court case. That has always stood out a little bit. So you have to wonder, could there be some kind of connection between Ripple, the U.S. government, and Tether, and maybe the stablecoin bill, and all of these things coming together, and understanding Ripple's going to launch their own stablecoin? Will it be their own stablecoin? Or will it be USD Tether brought under prudential regulation and put on the XRP ledger? Look, I don't know, okay? I don't know. But whatever they're doing, they've said that Ripple's going to launch a stablecoin on the Ethereum network and XRP ledger. Well, there's already USD Tether on Ethereum, right? So I don't know. I don't pretend to know, but I do feel like these things are very significant, and I'm not so sure that they all might not have a connection. So head on a swivel there. And as a reminder, all of this, the plot thickens, right? 2 to 3 weeks, says the CEO of Tether, weeks to go back to pre-1971. Really? Really? Oh, really? Please do tell, Paolo. I know transparency's been a tough gig for you guys over at Tether, but maybe you can elaborate, because I'm thinking the same thing that the OG Bank XRP thinks. Back to the gold standard? Are we? Where are we going here? I don't know, but I'm here to find out. Now, I covered yesterday, and I'm not going to play this again. Jeremy Allaire articulates the need for tokenization and stablecoin regulation because it is going to break open the logjam that we've had. And this is what we've been saying here on the channel. He's absolutely right. We have to get this market beyond speculation and meme coins. And until you do, you're not going to have the financial system and the institutions and the institutional money come off the sidelines. But we're so very close. If we could just get that stablecoin bill, which is really a tokenization bill. And that's what's important to remember about that. And speaking of which, how about this from Andrew DeVillibus right here? He goes to Alabama SEC for a crypto regulations in the U.S. and to talk about it. And he said that the guy there mentioned a professional company named Ripple Labs and XRP, and he thinks they will emerge out of the coming regulatory environment as a new form of Amazon or Google. Of course, I couldn't hold in my excitement when we chatted about cross-border payments and remittances and spoke about Elon Musk's X platform getting payment license in the state of Alabama as well. Shout out to Andrew for getting that little nugget in the conversation. I really do, and guys, I know I've said this for years since the court case has been going on, that this to me is a very real audit and vetting process because Ripple has been transparent. Ripple has not broken any laws. That's the so frustrating thing about why this has to take 3+ years, right? Is that what the hell is going on here? They haven't done anything wrong. This could have been sized up in a day, but this is the path they've chosen. So thank God that Ripple's got the money to fight the fight. That's all I can say, because it's not just for them. The fight they're fighting is for the crypto space, and most of the crypto space was wishing us to go under while it was happening. Meanwhile, reminder is Bank of America thinks we're at an inflection point. As they ask the question, are real-time payments near an inflection point? Bank of America thinks so. Bank of America also has a patent that involves Ripple technology. Come on in. Then I want to give you this. Egrad Crypto looking at the dollar index chart known as the Dixie, the DXY. The moment of truth is here, ladies and gentlemen, as he shows us on this chart, and shout out to him. Right here, you can see it peaking. Is it going to break down? Is it going to go up and spike and then break down? We don't know. But what we do know is that the dollar chart has been a great correlation, inverse correlation, I should say, to crypto. So when the dollar does well, crypto doesn't. When the dollar does bad, crypto does well. I don't want the dollar to do bad, but I'm just paying attention to this information to try to understand where the crypto space may or may not be going and how quickly. And speaking of which, I can't play this because Blockbull was so excited. He put music on here that's copywritten, and I can't play it for that. But I can show you what he's so excited about, and it's right here. And it's his Bitcoin chart, which obviously, if you go back, he starts this from right here, 6 years ago. And you could go through and see what he's showing until he brings you right up into here towards the end. But look at what's so special that's got him so excited. For the first time in 6 years on the XRP to Bitcoin chart, XRP has broken out of that triangle. How about that? Now, I'm not sure if it's going to the moon or not, but what I am sure of, and it is a fact, and it's not financial advice, for the first time in 6 years, XRP just broke out of this chart for the first time in 6 years. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm encouraging you right now, come join us. There's no days left. It starts tomorrow. We're doing final meetings and walkthroughs on the last little details. It's all coming together. We couldn't be more excited, but I'll tell you, I am super grateful. And I know that I have been attacked, just viciously attacked, by people out here while I'm trying to do something amazing for this community. Well, strike try. We have done something amazing for this community. And my wife and I cannot wait to bring it to each and every one of you because you deserve it and you've been through so much that I'm going to make sure that what you get at this conference is going to feel amazing to you and is going to feel empowering because we're going to put the right people on stage that are going to tell the story of what is happening in our lives, in the financial world right now. And there's no more important time than the present. And I am so very glad that we are going to be present with so many of you. This is going to be amazing. Not financial advice from me or anyone else. I'll catch all of you on the next one.